The best way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing. A warm evening to one and all present here. Myself Mitresh, a volunteer from Project-Based Learning Camp. A warm greeting to energetic young minds and experienced mentors to this wonderful session. Today is one of the important day in PBL camp. To make this important day a more special, I would like to call upon the speakers of today's session, Mr. Ramnik and Mr. Harish Srinivas. Welcome. Without any further delay, I'll hand over the session to the speakers. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mitresh, for that quick interview. Because quick intro, I guess all of the students, parents, and teachers are aware about Harish and me because we have given a session before. So there was no kind of introduction required. I thought that Harish will that be okay?
Super fine. Yeah, let's get to action. Yeah.
Let's get into the action directly. Okay. So, Harish, will you start the session like what we're gonna do? What is the agenda of today?
Sure, Ramnik. Hello, students, mentors. As Ramnik said, today is ideally we are going to reveal the problem statements, and it's very important for the mentors as well as students to grasp the problem statements. And guess we're going to reveal 3 problem statements, and each team could pick one of it, and we'll also see who are your teammates and move it on. So these 3 problem statements are something that we or our surrounding people are facing on a day-to-day basis, because as a problem solver, you will learn a lot along the journey, and the tool which are going to solve the problem is something that Ramnik would have already taught you. It's through website. Website is going to be a medium in which you're going to solve this problem, but the problem statements are something that it's been crafted by Ramnik and along with other mentors. So we have the 3 problem statements ready, and we'll also reveal in what parameters we are going to judge you at the end of maybe on Saturday. I guess it's going to be the final judging event. So we'll also reveal on the parameters in which we will judge you. So the judgment is not something to compare you. Again, it's more like a feedback that will help you long way to go. So basically, if you understand these judging criteria, maybe next 2 days you can spend or you can brainstorm accordingly, so that you will get the best output possible in the very short time. I think 2 days is going to be like going. It's a very short time, but I'm sure if you could spend quality time with your mentors and along with your teammates, I think you could pull it off a great solution. And yeah, we believe in your superpowers. So that's it. Yeah. So Ramnik, like anything to add and move on?
Yeah, Harish, you covered very well, like all the points what we're gonna discuss today, and I will be letting know now to all the students what are the benefits of being a mentee and the part of this particular PBL camp, because this particular important phase of today's session will give them the exposure to what we are expecting and what they are also expecting from us, which we got from them in the registration form. So it's very important, and it's very, I would say, very interesting session. So I request all of the students here and mentors who are on the call, as well as parents, if they have any queries, please feel free to put into the chat window, okay? And we will be taking up queries line by line, time to time. So we want all of the members on the call today to be clarified with each and everything, because from tomorrow, the real execution will start, okay? What you have learned so far from Harish, me, and Jennifer ma'am, and in the inauguration about the remarks about PBL. Okay? So let me just share my screen. Let me just figure it out. Harish, if you want to add something, and we have Ramalata ma'am or
Sure.
Chitra ma'am, if you something regarding project-based learning and what are the like benefits of being a very proactive person into project-based learning can help them out. Ramlata ma'am, if you want to share something, please go ahead. I just saw you that you joined. A very good evening to you.
Yes, very good evening, Ramnik. I'm really sorry I'm a little late.
No,
but as we were discussing, I'm very happy that all the students who joined on day one has been continuing without dropping out. That's the best thing that I can see from this camp. Usually, some of the people will have some kind of excuses for not attending the sessions, but I can see that the students are so much interested in this project-based learning, and they are genuinely participating by asking questions, by answering. Even when Harish was asking questions, they were quick to answer. So I'm very happy that they are all here. One more thing I just wanted to talk to Harish about is, as you were saying, we have the mentors here, we have the teams here. Now we are going to divide them into teams and allot them the project and give the mentors. I'm sure every one of them will be completing within the time frame, or even if the time frame is not enough, we can give extra time frames. But I would like to say something about this to the students. We are ready to follow it up even after the camp and the project is over. And if any of you are interested in doing more projects than what you are doing, and if you are having a problem also within your area and you want to solve it, we are ready to help, and I'm sure Harish will be available for this kind of interaction also.
Yeah.
So I'm requesting you kindly make yourself available for our children so that we can have really fruitful projects when they complete this camp. Because something actually happens when we have kinds of camp like this is, they do a project, they forget about it, that's it. They close everything. I don't want that to happen. This has to be a starting point, not the ending point for them. So they have to go and analyze where they can utilize this kind of knowledge. And they have to find some issue or problem within their area. And for that, they have to create something. I'm sure you will be helping them, and Ramnik also will be there. So I'm requesting that you be available for them. That's it.
For sure, man, for sure. Thanks for reassuring that it's just a starting. That's very important because we have a long
Yes.
way to go, and yeah, definitely. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ramli, for the opportunity.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. That's very fruitful, and you mentioned very correctly. With it's not like you all students have joined us for this 9 days, but after 9 days, we will have lot of golden opportunities for all of you on any societal problem which you bring, on this problem statement which we're gonna share today, or any other new problem, because we have a lot of platforms in IEEE and IEEE Women in Engineering, and obviously IEEE Try Engineering and IEEE Assist our partners. They are also offering a lot of opportunities for all of you. So don't dishearten yourself or dismotivate yourself if you won't win this camp, because what we all believe in, participation is more important than winning. Okay, because winning is just like a title you get to yourself, that yeah, you get something on solving some innovation. So but why to stop there? That innovation can be expanded and that can be implemented. You can publish your work as a research paper. This is a misconception I guess students are holding. College students were also holding this. When I passed out from my 12th class and I was going into my first semester, I published my first research paper after 12th before my college admission. You see, and there's no such statement written anywhere that a school student cannot publish a patent or research paper. That is the utmost and the highest level of expectation from us, and you will definitely stand on this. Okay, if you feel that you don't, if you are dismotivated or you are like depressed or what you haven't done properly, don't worry about it, because project based learning is the combination of ups and downs. You will have the failures, you will have the successes, but it's not constant. You need to be very again and again and again thinking on and brainstorming with the members you are having. And this is a golden opportunity today, because you will be interacting with a lot of mentors, a lot of students, out of your comfort zone. Okay, without wasting much time, let me start the session. Let me share my screen. Harish, please let me know once it is up. Yeah, are you able to see the presentation?
Yeah, it's up. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, thank you, Harish. So, a very warm welcome again to all of you. So, as I mentioned, this session is very important. And the students who have newly joined, because I see many new faces and new names in the call today. So, you all are well aware about IEEE project-based learning, project-based learning school camp. And we have been executing since 3rd April, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. And we have been going through the website development without coding, and we have the team leadership skills. We have the overview of active and passive learning from Harish on the first day after the inauguration ceremony. And we strongly believe, and we got your feedback from the attendance form, that yeah, you are really likely enjoying the camp very oftenly, and many of the students requested me personally on the WhatsApp, sir, can we extend the days of this camp? But yeah, see, that's the motivation we expect from you. That's the zeal of enthusiasm we expect from you. But as of now, for the extension, yeah, we will be discussing on that. But yeah, it's not much possible this year. But as ma'am mentioned, we will be supporting you after 11th April as well, if you have a lot of ideas and if you want to showcase somewhere. Okay? So starting with like what we're gonna do today, we will be allowing you, PBL 2.0. Yeah, sure, Chitra, why not? It's kind of an addition we need to bring every year. That's the motivation we are holding with us. So today what we are going to tell you about, we will be assigning you one particular mentor who is a professor, who is a kind of a industrialist from industries directly from some of the companies, reputed companies, and they're also volunteering under Indian government initiatives. So you will have a very good chance to learn from them. So first of all, you will say like, sir, yeah, that's okay. We learned about website development without coding, but what are the benefits of being here? So I would say there are only 3 benefits which you have already explored if you are very proactive in the calls since 3rd April. The first benefit you have already got, networking, and this will be more expanded after this call today. You will be getting to know various new people from different culture, different background. That's the beauty of India, and that's the beauty of each and every nation across the globe. That's what unites us together. Okay, so networking will be the first benefit, and then we will be having the participation. As I mentioned, participation is more than important, because if you participate, you get to know about a lot of new things that you are not already having in your bucket. So I always think, like right now as well, if you see Ramalata ma'am, Chitra ma'am, and Naresh sir today joins us, so you see the enthusiasm in them. See, we all are the kind of a closed loop. We don't have any kind of generation gap, okay? We are learning from our elders, and elders are taking the motivation from younger, right? That same goes with me, our volunteers in the team, right? We are getting the motivation from all of you. So participation is very much important to learn the background, to learn the language, to learn the things what is going around you. Because in a school, in a pre-university school, you are very much limited to your school curriculum, right? The main focus of this project-based learning camp is only to expand your, I would say, the boundaries of your shell, okay? Where you can get out from your shell and get into some uncomfortable zone where you will explore new learning, new skills, and you will get a chance to implement it. And that's how we actually made and structured this whole camp into that model, so that you all can get those things, okay? So the second benefit, participation, is very important. So the third one, which is very important, and that was discussed yesterday from Jennifer ma'am. So soft skills. If I tell you, today I'm in industries, and a lot of volunteers from our team are also from industries, and our advisors and all the I would say the mentors and guide to us who are supporting us onto the back end of this camp. They're also being experienced a lot of years in the education field, academic ground, and the industry ground. The skills which required today in the company. See, in the end, what you're gonna do, you will join as an employee, or you will start your own business, right? In both fields, you want something extraordinary which stands you out of the market. Okay, and Soft skills are the critical part there. You have the presentation skills. Oh, do you have? Then yeah, you are okay. Get into the company, right? I have talked with a lot of students here on the call personally, and they have shared me their ambition. They want to get into Google, they want to get into Microsoft, Amazon, and all these big companies. But that's okay. You have a vision, right? That's a goal. That's perfect. You are one step ahead of everyone. But the thing is, how you are going to prepare yourself to get into that particular vision, to want that particular vision to be true. Do you want to be a software engineer at Google? Do you want to be an artist in Google Doodle, like to make the drawings and sketches of computers, hardware, and all those things? If you are passionate about your thinking, if you are passionate about what you know, what you love to do, that's what is all required in soft skills. You need to have your skills very sharpened so that you are well prepared before your college time itself. Because when you will enter in the college now, you will face a lot of problems, a lot of things. You will like bombarded with the assignments, practicals, right? There will be no single day which you will be left alone with yourself. So this is the very important and I would say important phase of your life in pre-university and school days before your college time, where you can grab and implement and learn about these skills. And we are actually offering that only to you. And this call gonna discuss about that more deep, how you're gonna implement from tomorrow till the presentation round, which is on 10th April. So how to proceed? We will let you know how you can go ahead and how you can execute these all things, these benefits, how you can get it. So the first point, learn and implement with your team members. In the next slides or in the coming slides, I will let you know which team you are allocated to, which mentor you are allocated to. We will make your WhatsApp group according to the mentor. One mentor will be there and one volunteer from our team will be there. And you all will be interacting with different students, okay? With each other, you will be interacting with each other. So learn and implement with your team members, okay? Because see, today I am a volunteer here, okay? If I don't know designing the poster of this event, how can I learn this, right? We have a designer volunteer Maharashtra. We have a designer volunteer Bharvi from Gujarat section. How I will learn it? I will set up a call with both of them and I will learn. Hey, what tool you are using? How you can drag and all those things? How you can make this font style and coloring? This is all about cross learning. You have to learn from each other. You will have to network with each other. It's not like you will search in the WhatsApp group. No, you have to very active into the WhatsApp group so that other students feel comfortable to communicate with you. Because the first point is to break the ice. If you don't break the ice, students or people won't talk with you. Okay, you need to be very happy. You take a smile and take a hello. Hello there. This is my name. I am from this school and I am from this district and state and country. I am looking forward how I can help into this team. How, like, these are my skills. I know about this language. I know about website development. We learn about it. I know this much extra which we can use in this problem statement. So this type of attitude and this type of behavior you need to indulge, because this is very much important in the coming years. Due to COVID and lockdown, many industries are not focusing on the degree or the marks now. I actually gave an interview recently in one of the company where I'm going to shift in June. So they were not asking me any degree marks. What is your percentage in your BTech? What was your percentage in 10th and 12th class? No. They were strictly on the point. What do you have collaborated or what have you done extracurricularly? Are you having any hobbies? Are you like, do you like to play some guitar or something? These are the real questions which are coming from the top companies like Amazon, Google, Microsoft. They want the employee, they want their, I would say, the team member to be so much flexible and so much open with new innovative ideas. If I say I don't play guitar, so they will, oh, then he would be like sitting into one room and getting all the things on the laptop. He don't know about what's going on in the district, what's going on in his own country. So that should not be the case. Okay, you should be very open. You should be very comfortable with the team members, with the mentors, because mentors are the one who will guide you. From today, we won't able to help you directly. We will able to help you indirectly through the mentors. That's why we have the mentors from different parts of India as well as from UAE. So that's the one thing. The second thing, if you don't know anything, don't worry. you got the skills to, yesterday, right, from Jennifer ma'am. She was saying, be kind, be courteous, and be open to all of them. Like, be open to learn something, be a lifelong learner, be curious to ask questions, because if you ask questions, you will get an answer at least. If you don't ask anything, then it doesn't matter. Your question is only here. You can't get that answer, and you can't sleep it properly, right? And that goes with me. If I don't get an answer to any question, so I call directly to any of the people in my circle. Sir, I want to know, ma'am, I want to know about this, how this happened, how can I do this, and all, blah, blah, blah. So you need to be in that particular behavior. You need to ask questions with your mentors and be proactive with the members, okay? The third thing, how you're going to proceed, as I mentioned, we will be mapping you with the mentors, and that will be done after today's session. We will be making a WhatsApp group. Your number will be automatically added, and the students who are not on the call and who was not active previously in the sessions, so I definitely encourage them when they will see this recording. Please be active now, because this is the important phase of this camp. And if you don't know what happened in the last sessions, you have the recordings, you have the YouTube channel of IEEE WIE PBL camp. We have uploaded all the sessions. Yesterday's session, we are working on it. We will upload that soon, and we will let you in the WhatsApp group. So yeah, that's all top tips I want to share before actually letting you know about the problem statement and all those things. So let's move on, and let me tell you the team structure, how we distribute it, how we
hello,
actually.
Ramaniji, just to reinforce idea,
Yes, sir.
could I add a few things?
Sure, sir. Please go ahead. No worries.
Could you allow me to share my screen? I want to share 2 slides just to add what you know.
No worries. No worries. We can, yeah. Let me make it a
just will
present.
take 2-3 minutes. Could you allow me to share my screen?
Done, sir. You have the access.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
It's coming up, sir. Now we can see. Yeah, find a mentor and ask if you don't know. Yeah.
So I'm just trying to say what, you just heard that yes, our sir. Scriptures, all Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita, they are Q&A. A Shishya is asking questions, the teacher, and teacher is replying. And Arjuna actually asking questions again and again, and Krishna is replying. And think about that, they were together for a long time, but Krishna did not reveal the knowledge until Arjuna asked. So what you just heard, you had to ask. If you do not ask, then you will not get the reply, because nobody wants to give unwanted help. So in IEEE, we have a big program today, mentorship. What you heard is absolutely important. So all great achiever, they are inspired by great mentor. When I joined biolaboratories some 35 years ago, the first thing our president told us, go and find a mentor. And you may need multiple mentors, because mentors are the one, who listens to you, who give advice, and they share the objective feedback with your interest at heart, okay? And they help you at the time of distress. They identify your internal strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So if you don't have a mentor, you may find that you can go, of course, there are exceptions, but you can go only up to a certain limit. Many times, we in India, we are taught to obey. We always listen to our teachers or parents and all that. And actually, we don't follow our scriptures that ask, if you do not know. And in your organization, can teach you the culture, the valuable career moves, your teacher, you figure it out. Who you think is your, role model, can go, hey, could you be my mentor? You have to ask, say, I like you, I like this work, you cannot do just, but, find a mentor and multiple mentors, your parents, your teachers, somebody in your relations, and it is a two-way street, you get advice and mentor get the chance to pass on the wisdom to you. Like people like us, people are retiring, I'm not required to do anything, but I'm learning from everybody, right? It's a reverse mentoring. So in IEEE, we have not only the mentoring, the reverse mentoring. We learn from young people. So now, other thing you have to understand that. I do not know if you know Hanumanji, right? Hanumanji is the Superman, right, of India, right? He was the commander-in-chief of Shri Ram, right? But he had a curse. And his curse was that he did not know his strength. He would forget. As a child, he was very mischievous. He used to create a lot of trouble for everybody. So he was cursed that you will not know your strength unless somebody reminds you. So, he did not know that he could cross the ocean in one step. He did not know he could fly and, go to mountain and bring the whole mountain, right? So you need somebody like a mentor or a friend to help you realizing your hidden strengths, because we do not know what we can achieve, because many times our domain is very limited. We see only from home to the school. We do not know what is outside, what is happening, what I can do. So if I did not have good mentors in my life, I would be in my village, close to, Sonipat, Ramnees, and I'll be taking care of my buffalo, taking the buffalo to her swimming pool, in the talab there, spending 2-3 hours there, doing little thing in my village, And so important thing is that you have to let other people help you realize your hidden strength. And at the same time, you help others, right? But most important thing that in India, we go all the way and we leave the last mile. We will leave something, we can do later. We can do later. We try to cut the corners. You have to go an extra mile. You have to make sure that you have paid attention as an engineer, as a scientist. You have paid attention to everything, every possibility, right? And you have to be part of the solution, not the problem. If you are going to your teacher, your parents, to anybody, you think about the solution, because they may not have a solution. You cannot expect that Modi will have a solution for everything. At Bell Laboratories, when I joined, I went to my boss to ask some advice. He said, I hired you because I thought you were an expert. You give me advice instead of you seeking advice from me. So when you go to somebody, you go to a solution, right? So you had to go and get type person. So you see that in India, they are successful communities, right? You will see people came from Pakistan, we call Punjabis, or you have Gujaratis, or you have Sindhis, or you have Bengalis. So these big communities are very successful. They are go and get type. So they don't come with problem. They find a solution. So this is what I wanted to share with you. Other thing is that in the life, if you really want to be happy in your life, you have to select your career very carefully, right? And you can be prepared to change it necessary. You heard that. People hire you not because you have this degree. In Bell Laboratories, when I was hired, I did something I did not have any experience. They said, we hire people based on the potential, what you can do, and not what you learned in school, So enjoy what you do for living. Then you never have to work, for the lifetime happiness. And when the work is a pleasure, the life is a joy. Watch people around you. People play multiple roles. Find which roles appeal to you. Ask where do you want to be after 5 years. Consider your personal values and circumstances, right? The more you plan your career, the better you can face the unplanned events, right? So these two things which helped me in my life. We are the authors of our actions, but the results are subject to the hidden law of nature. That's the karma yoga, right? So people would say that, hey, you don't have the right to your karma phala. That's all bullshit. We need to have the results, right? That's a shakti, right? So you have to just think about that there is nature, there are hidden laws, but at the same time, Douglas Adams used to say, I rarely end up where I was intending to go, but often ended up somewhere that I needed to be. So oftentimes you will see failure in your life. Don't worry about it. Maybe that's the best thing happening in your life. If I see in my life my failures, I find that they were not failures. They were the best thing happened to me, right? If I was not failure, I would be just in my village. I won't be here where I am today, right? So just 3 slides I wanted to share with you. Find a mentor, and select your career carefully. Asking is very important. I have been giving quite a few lectures in India. Students don't ask any questions, and this is totally against our culture, our what our scripture tell us, and that's the big issue today, because all Upanishads and Bhagavad Gita is all Q&A, question and answer, and that culture is missing. Okay, that's all I wanted to share. Thank you for giving me a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Naresh sir. It's wonderful. I would say it was very much necessary for today's session, and you wonderfully explained about the concept of asking questions and how should student follow #do what you love. So that is very much necessary. because if they are passionate about anything, they should be very stick on to that particular field, because that will help them to grow very openly and serve the society. Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Yeah, and but at the same time, you prepare to change. It does not mean that, I joined Government of India. I was a class 1 gazetted officer in the Ministry of Electronics. That time it was called Department of Electronics. But I felt it was not for me. I used to take care of the licensing to the electronic industry, but I had a passion for doing scientific engineering work. I changed, So you can always change, go to live only one life, and so explore your full potential.
Yeah, 100%.
And by the way, IEEE is a great resource. IEEE has so much resources that you have digital library, read proceedings of IEEE, which has the review articles, spectrum, technical conferences. Don't miss any trade show. If there is a trade show in your town, in your city, if you go to Delhi, in Pragati Maidan, there's always some kind of a exhibit there. Always go there. You will meet the vendors. You will see the new products, new ideas, and you can also get contact. Networking is extremely important, right? And magazines and journals of all 39 societies, invite speakers, IEEE local chapter events. You can invite anyone there. Their Google search engine, their online tutorials and website, where you can learn, And IEEE offer special rates for students and unemployed IEEE members to attend conferences today, and mentoring IEEE providing the resources. So make use of the IEEE resources. There are so many societies. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. It's really a blessing to IEEE Women Engineering Project-Based Learning School Camp, and to all the registrants and the volunteers itself, because that's all the motivation and the inspiration which helps us to push us forward, and that help us to brainstorm onto the societal problem which are more important. And yeah, that's all. Students, see, these are the benefits of being with IEEE and being with touch with a lot of activities on STEM, and obviously, and our camp is providing you all of those things. And you see, like we just met in the starting of the session itself, and these are the motivation. These are the points which you need to concentrate, right? That's why a mentor is very much important for you. So let me share my screen and quickly let you know about your team details. And it's totally fine. We will be sharing you a proper document for it, so that you can have a look afterwards. Don't not anywhere, or don't confuse yourself as of now. Okay, Harish, are you able to see the Excel sheet? Can you please verify?
Yeah, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So students and mentors who are on the call, so we have total registrants. We have around, according to the total registration we got in the camp, so we divided all of them into team 30. So total, there are 30 teams who will be working on their own problem statement, which will be allocating randomly to all of the teams. And be remember, no problem statement will be same to one mentor. So if you see Abhinay sir here, two names are there, two teams are allocated to one mentor. So there will be two different problem statements. So it's because you need to learn, and you need to explore on your own, and explore on your own team and with your mentors. Okay. So let me tell you, you can keep a note of your team number only, because we will be sharing this sheet as well today, and you will be getting the details properly, how to proceed and what to do, as we discuss in today's session. Okay. So the team one, you can note your name, note your ID if your name appears here. See the diversity which we were talking about. We have put, if you see all the teams, we have different states. If different countries are there, so we have a different countries also. So we have from Sri Lanka, Afghanistan to India. And you see the diversity of the classes as well. We maintain this thing very, I would say, we very carefully, because we need to give a taste of 8th class student to get the knowledge from 10th, 11th, 12th student and 9th student. Because 8th class student will get the guidance from their seniors, and 12th class or 11th class or 10th class, they will be guiding their juniors. So, but we don't believe in junior senior concept. We only believe that you are a team member, you are on same level. The innovation differs with different experience. You may have, like class 12 student must have some kind of different experience, different suggestions. So that's why we have a teamwork. An individual can win the race, but an individual cannot win a championship. We need to work in a team. So from this day, from tomorrow morning, when you will be allocated to the mentors, you will be learning about these skills and implementing right away. You will get a chance to network with different culture, different classes, different country students, and different mentors. So team 1 is there. If you find your name, please note down your ID. Team 2, we have this: Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Sri Lanka, India. Okay. Allotted to Abhinay sir. Abhinay sir, are you there on the call?
Uh, Ramik, actually, Abhinaya ma'am, I think Abhinaya Imboman.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, no worries. So team 3 and team 4 are being allocated to Molin. So I will let you know about the mentors first. Let's just note down your IDs. Then I will let you know about the mentors. Okay. From where we have the mentors and from which country and which state they are joining us. You will find the diversity in that as well. And please don't worry if you find a language barrier in communicating with the members. Please let the volunteer or the mentor know. We will align some volunteer from your own region and they can help you out to resolve your queries. So we have different reasons. We have different diverse volunteers as well in our team. So don't worry about it. Yeah. So we have team 3 and team 4 allocated to Molin. Team 5 and 6 is allocated to Vinod sir. Vinod sir is from Dubai. I will be letting you know the details. Don't confuse yourself. Sorry about that. So team 5 and team 6, if you find your name, please note down your ID with you. Okay. Scrolling down, team 7, team 8, and team 9 is being allocated to Ayushi. Okay. If you miss down to write your ID, don't worry. We will be sharing the sheet as I mentioned. I'm just rolling through so that you can see the different diverse nature from which are the different states and countries we have the participants from, so that you will get to know what is the benefit of being in this camp. What is the benefit of being participating, volunteering, and networking in this camp? Okay. Team 10 and Team 11 is allocated to SAID. Team 12, 13, and 14 is allocated to Shelly Gupta ma'am. Okay. Then we have Team 15 and 16 is allocated to Thomas sir. Okay. Team 17, 18, 19 is allocated to Kamal Kumar sir. Fine. Moving ahead, Team 20, 21, 22 is being allocated to Harshvardhan sir. I'm just pausing in the between so that you can have a look onto the name of your names and classes you're gonna network with. Okay. Then we have Shri Devi ma'am. So Shri Devi ma'am's teams are 23 and 24. And please, in the end, please let me know if we missed out your name. Okay. Then we have Vaishali ma'am. Team 25 and 26 is being allocated to Vaishali ma'am. Okay. Shubham sir will be allocated to team 27 and 28. Perfect. Okay. Then we have Christopher sir, 29 and 30th team. Okay. Perfect. So let's move on and see the mentor details now, from where our mentors belongs to. Okay. Abhinay sir belongs to, these are the volunteers, these are the volunteers from our team, which will be allocated for your team help and mentors help. Okay. So Abhinay sir is from India. Molin is also from India. Vinod sir, as I mentioned, he's from UAE. Ayushi is also from India, Vellore. Let me just fix it out if I can find that. Just 1 second. Okay. Don't worry, we will be sharing all the contact information with you as we will be adding you in the WhatsApp group. So yeah, Abhinay sir is from, he's a college professor. Maulin is a student from Ganpat University. I will be letting you know why we are allowing college students. We're letting you know why, what's the reason of that. Vinod sir is from Abu Dhabi. Ayushi is also a final year student from VIT Vellore. It's in South India. Sayed is from Harith University, Afghanistan. Shelly Gupta ma'am is from North India, New Delhi. Thomas sir is from South India, Chennai, KCG College of Technology. He's a professor. Kamal sir is also one of the professors. Shelly ma'am and Kamal sir were my professors. So yeah, you have a good chance to explore the guidance from my professors also. So we have Harshvardhan sir from an industry. We have Sridevi ma'am from industry. Vaishali ma'am from school. She's a professor. Shivam sir is also from industry. Christopher sir is also from industry. And Prerna is also from VIT Vellore. Now let me give you the reason why we aligned students here. Maulin, Ayushi, Sayed, Prerna, and who else? Yeah, these three students. Why we aligned students of the final year? When you get into your college, you get to know about the things which are happening in the industry. And our camp objective is to bridge your school knowledge with the college knowledge with the industry. This bridging we are trying to execute through this camp, through this mentoring allocation, so that you will get to know about the experience, what they have till now. Because every single day, like if I say I am born on 1997 and Harish is elder to me, so Harish will be holding down some of the extra experience, some of the personal experiences that he has experienced, right, on the cause of development and innovation. So that's the main objective of putting final year students with you, so that you will be comfortable to talk about your career as well. Once your project is completed, you can keep in the connection with them. It's totally fine. Depends upon the mentor and depends upon your schedule, about your availability and about mentor's availability. And so that's all. These are the mentors, diversity, and we have the team details. Thanks to Kirpa, Aryan, Ishita, Mitresh, Indumati, who are our team volunteers. They really helped me and whole team to build up this structure in a very refined way where we can concentrate the diversity. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to share you the judging criteria on the basis of what are the parameters and the problem statement we will be giving you. So before getting into the judging parameter, let's come back to the problem statement, okay? Harish, please feel comfortable. Which problem statement will you take? Start with the first one.
Yeah, I'll join along with you, Ramnik. So do you want me to like go ahead and explain it, or like I'll join you as well? Like once you're done, I'll add my points to it.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Yeah, thank you so much. So students, we have the problem statements here and mentors. So we will be allocating this problem statement, as I mentioned, in a very fine way, so that the problem statement are not repeated to one mentor itself. As you can see, each mentor is having a maximum of 3 teams only. So 3 teams, 3 problem statements, okay? There will be a diversity of the problem statement as well. Don't worry about it. So the first one is develop a website for teacher-student management during online classes. So don't put your ideas right now in the chat window. Once you are allocated in the WhatsApp group, then only you can put that creativity, okay? Because these problem statement will be repeated to many teams. So don't put your ideas or solution onto the chat window. We need that solution with the mentors, interact with the mentors and the members to discuss and refine it very perfectly. So the first one problem statement we taught during this COVID lockdown, you all are facing a problem that while sitting at home, your teacher is facing establishing a Google Meet link, Zoom link, or WebEx link for conducting the classes. And she or he is making presentation for explaining you the mathematics, science, chemistry, physics concepts. That is very difficult for them, right? So, and they are not able to share the things with you. Obviously, if your teacher is using Google Classroom or some smart platforms, that's a different thing. That's already available solution. But what we want from you, as we didn't tell you about the database management and all coding part, we just need a static front end of it. Okay? And we'll let you know if you want to put some innovation and creativity, if you are aware about those programming languages, if you want to put up, so you can go ahead and discuss with your team itself and mentor. If they feel comfortable, and if they don't know, obviously you will teach them, right? It's a cross learning again. You have to teach and learn from each other. So develop a website so that a student and the teacher is connected on a one portal. They can upload and download the ebooks. They can upload and download the notes. They can have the assignments displayed. They can have the important notices of your school onto the website itself. Okay, and what are the different schools available in your district? It's a kind of points I am sharing. Okay, it's not compulsory you to put all these points. It's like be the freedom, have the freedom and have the free of things. How you can innovate much. Okay, these are the points which I am mentioning to explain this problem statement in a broader sense, so that you can understand the statement itself. So Harish, over to you if you want to add some points onto this.
Yeah, so basically, Ramik, you have covered it almost, but this problem seems to be like very important now because this is uncertain times, and we have been all transformed into a very new learning experience. We started using this WebEx, Zoom, Google Meet in a very quick time, and but whatever happens, learning should never stop. And like as students, right now you are facing the problem. You know what problems teachers are facing. So currently, you are at the center of the problem, and we felt you will be the best people to come up with very meaningful solutions moving forward. So whatever Ramnik has said now is just the suggestions we could think of, but we are pretty sure that you will come up with even more meaningful solutions. And the presentation is going to be the website. So we already learned about how to build a website, but imagine you could identify a gap. I mean, with whatever existing that is happening, you know it. Day to day, you have been attending online classes in school. You know there is a gap. Yes, for that gap, what could be a nice solution? That imagine if those users are thousands and thousands are going to impact out of it. I always look at once solving the solution, just look at the other side of the picture of how the people who are benefiting out of it will feel. Just see their emotions. Like whatever you're solving, it's trying to, I mean, you're creating a very positive emotion or vibe among the users. The users could be teachers, the users could be students, both users could be school management. It depends on the stakeholder that you choose. That's your freedom. But imagine you're creating a positive difference in their lives through this system. And what would be that system is something that we are going to move forward in the next couple of days. So this is where we are working on a solution which could be like very much needed solution, and if possible through IEEE Ramnik, we could also like make this implementable even on a large scale. And because this year we feel this online will continue seeing the rise in COVID cases, we felt the learning should also like improve. I mean, we should also have better systems to make learning more engaging and meaningful for all the stakeholders. And teachers also facing a lot of struggles in conducting online classes, and salute to them at this point in time for their efforts of doing it. But can we also make their lives easier through your solution is something I'm thinking of. But yeah, I can't wait to see the solution that you could come up with. Yeah.
Yeah, wonderfully put, Harish, I guess, because technology and the objective of IEEE is to foster the technological innovation for the benefit of the humanity. And if we young minds like these school students, young minds, if they put the use of technology and the innovation and the creativity together to build something easy to use, right? We are using Android phone. It's a very easy tool, right? Earlier it was kind of a rotating phone. Early 90s, you need to rotate every time to dial up a number. So it was very difficult task. You don't have a smartphone that can take a pic. So it's technology is making it easy. Your life is becoming easy. So that's what we expect from all of you for the every single problem statement. Coming to the second one, which we thought that this is gonna be very We're going to get a lot of amazing solutions from you all. Develop a website for motivating citizens, your own country citizens or your district or anywhere, for using public transportation and its management. You see, all of the organization and United Nations itself, they are fighting with this problem, pollution, air pollution, sound pollution, right? And obviously, you can say the waste management, because if we travel from our own personal vehicles, we are wasting fuel, we are wasting the, I would say, important resources which can be used for different purposes. So from this website, you should develop a kind of content, or you should develop a kind of pages which motivates your own citizens, which motivates the public to use the public transportation. It can be Indian Railways, it can be your own railways of your country, it can be your metro services, it can be of your bus services, anything. Any public services which are provided by your own government of your country or state, you just put all them together and just showcase it in a very creative way. What are the different features they can explore and all of it. Harish, over to you.
Yeah. So this is it's again an interesting problem statement because it deals with behavioral change. Because for one simple example, imagine I'm traveling to my office, which is 10 kilometers from my home daily, with bike. Yes, even though petrol prices are like rising, I'm spending for the petrol and going by bike because I feel comfortable. That's it. But imagine I can also travel through metro rail is very good in Chennai now. I could travel through metro and connect through a bus and reach my office, and that's possible. But why I'm not doing it? Because I'm not able to feel the pain that the problem that I'm causing, because I'm also contributing to carbon footprint by using my bike and then traveling alone, and I'm spending petrol. I'm also creating pollution, but I'm not able to switch from a bike to a public transport. And this is my mindset. Imagine you have to change my mindset and you have to make me adopt a public transport. That's a huge challenge. And not only me, you should also uh, uh, consider similar people like me who are like in millions in your zone. So imagine there is a website which motivates or nudges citizens to select a better mode of transport for the benefit of the environment and for the benefit of the whole place they are in. So there's again the lot. I mean, if I go more, then I'll also like throw some solutions that is running my mind, which I don't want to reveal now. But I'm just hoping you got an idea of what we are trying to see, and you also see a lot of new initiatives from. When I see metro rail, there is also something called a smart bike that is coming along with metro. Like it's more like an electric bikes that are like they put up in metro to make people. So I'm just that's sort of a nudge for citizens to use that sort of a transport to commute to nearby thing. So I'm just thinking like how a website could nudge or motivate or give information. It could be like in many ways, but what could be that system that will make us to move towards a sustainable transportation within our community. So that's it on the second problem. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Harish. I guess that's very important to understand the lowering, I would say, the increase of global warming and the climate change, and the increase of the carbon footprint that every single human is actually putting onto the planet anywhere across the globe. So it's very critical case, and we need to concentrate on it. And that's why I guess if this website solutions we get and very creative and innovative, I'm really we all team like you also and everyone in the team is waiting excitedly to look on the innovations and the creativity what these school students can bring up together. So the third one, it's a develop a website for connected healthcare with respect to COVID-19 scenario. Now there's a lot of being changed into the digitalization. If you belong to India, so if you are aware about in 2014, our Prime Minister sir has initiated Digital India campaign. From that campaign, he has invited a lot of school students, college students to innovate new things about the societal problem. So we thought that this problem is yet to solve very properly. Develop a connected healthcare with respect to COVID-19. So Let me explain you a scenario, and then you can understand what we are expecting out of this problem statement. You see, there was one case in my street of COVID-19, and it was around 1 a.m. in the night, and they were like dragging out the car from the garage, and they were just pushing the patient into the car and taking to one hospital, let's say, okay, near to my home. So that hospital, when they reached there, they were in so hurry and they were so in the tension that they didn't get any bed because there was no availability of the beds. There were no proper suitability of the resources. They were like going through the processes. You need to take this form, you need to fill this, and blah blah blah. There were a lot of formalities already available for having the bed. And then they again rushed to hospital B, and there also they felt the same thing. Now you see, if the situation is very critical of COVID-19 person or any kind of disease or any kind of issue, that critical situation, how we can handle it, if we can provide the data of the hospitals, of all the things. Like, I'm just putting up the suggestion. Don't take it very seriously. I'm just putting up the scenario in front of you so that you can understand it. Like a website, how it would be a website who can display like availability of hospitals near me, availability of beds of COVID-19 patients there, right? Availability of the resources, availability of public transportation, availability of public toilets. Like these kind of very common services, if we can see on a website, from my home itself, I will just log in into the website from my unique ID of citizenship, and I will have a look. Oh, yeah, this is the hospital I having the bed. I was going to approach to hospital A where it was not there. I got to know from website 3 before, right? And I saved the life of the patient. So that is the scenario for this particular problem statement. And this is very kind of required, and this is very popular. Like all the problem statement we have mentioned, this is very relatable to the current scenario going on, and you all are experiencing it, right? You all are aware about the advantages and disadvantages of these things. And yeah, Harish, over to you. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much what Ramnik has covered. So I just want to give you one a problem that I read in newspaper very recently with respect to COVID. So what happened? The person who got infected with COVID, what happens if a patient got infected with COVID? There should be like ambulance from the corporation side to pick him and drop him in hospital, right? So what happened? The situation when he called, he didn't get proper response of the ambulance facility. So what he did was he used a COVID-19 patient, he used a public transport to reach the hospital. Imagine the consequences it had. Even the person who was traveling were very careless in terms of, because it could spread to so many people, and he reached the hospital and then informed that he came via a public transport because he didn't have any information regarding the ambulance pickup drop facility. All of that. So this is a very simple thing, but imagine so many people does this on a huge, and it impacts a number of COVID cases. So imagine there is a system for connected healthcare, connecting different stakeholders, because I know while listening to this, there are a lot of things that comes to mind because this is very huge. And currently we are fighting and doing whatever is possible to tackle this. But just see if we could take that one thread, one piece of stakeholder, and see if we could come up with a meaningful solution. Yes, we need to fight this and come out of it, and that's what we are doing it together. But along the lines, there are a lot of uh, uh, less of awareness, not enough information for us to, and a lot of fear and misconceptions surrounding this whole COVID-19. So can we come up with a system to basically like cut off all these and give information anytime, anywhere, and on demand? Like it should be quick, and that's what we have been doing, and that is something that we are still struggling to handle. So because right now I got a title in newspaper today, which is spreading more. Is it vaccination or COVID-19? It's obviously COVID-19 now, because the second wave is spreading as faster than the vaccination, which all the human efforts we are trying to put in. But just to give you a perspective, this is huge, but we also believe in you as the people who are seeing what is happening. Can you come up with a solution that we adults could not think of as of now? So I'm just waiting. There is something that you could pull it off, and that could be even a start for us to take it to even representatives or people who are the decision makers to actually implement it on ground. So that's what I'm expecting out of this problem.
Yeah, thank you so much, Harish. And it's kind of very, I would say, um, two faces of coin. Shall we spread the COVID more, or shall we spread the vaccine more? So it's kind of a very biased situation and very dicey. So yeah, so that's what we expect from all of you on the call. And I hope mentors are already clear about the problem statement. And now you got more context out of it. And students, if you are not clear about it, we have the mentors for you. So you can just ask, right? ASK, 3 letters only. Okay. So you have to take these 3 letters very seriously. Ask. Ask as much as you can ask with your mentors to clarify and to take the full advantage and to take the full learning out of this camp. Okay. Now it comes to the judging part. So on 10th April, Harish and Nikhil Kumar Mishra from Delhi, they both will be joining you all to judge your team and your teamwork. Okay. So on 10th April, your final evaluation will be done. Which product, which website you have developed on your specific problem statement, which is allocated to you, on the basis of user interface, impact, and presentation. Let me tell you what it means if you are not clear. User interface means how flexible the user who is using your website is. Okay. If I am using your website and say, let's take an example. I develop a website for the first problem statement. Okay. I am a student and I'm using your website now, which you have designed. I want to see important notification. So do you really think I need to get onto another page, or shall I, that important notification should be in the top of in the red color, right? Because these are the important notifications. So these are the questions you have to ask every time if you are concentrating on user interface parameters. So Harish and Nikhil, and as well as all the mentors who will be allocated to you, they will be guiding you very briefly onto these parameters, how you can achieve good marks onto these parameters, and how you can design your website according to it. The second parameter, impact. Now, impact means how many people will be using your website. What is your targeted audience? What is the impact in the real time? Like if I say you developed a website for motivating citizens for using public transportation. What are the different type of categories of users do you think that will be using your website? And how many people will be impacted from your website? Okay. So you need to think about the application part, where your website will be deployed. Will that be under the transportation website, or will that be under railway, metro, or bus? Okay. So we need to see, are you able to research that thing? What are the problems we are facing in transportation, teacher-student management, connected healthcare with respect to COVID? So you need to Google a lot as well. You need to brainstorm with your members, brainstorm with the mentors. They will definitely guide you. We all are also here indirectly to guide you if you face any problem, if mentor is not there to guide you properly. Okay. We are here to help you out. Don't worry about it. Just we need the step 1, participate and implement. Participate, research, and implement. These are the things we need to focus. The third one, presentation. Now in the final phase on 10th April, how you are presenting your idea. See, if you have a great solution, it doesn't matter if you can't present in a very efficient way. If I say, oh, I have this product, I have this Android phone, and do you want to buy it? No, you won't ask this directly, right? You need to sell out with your advantages and disadvantages, right? You have to tell out all the features. You have to tell out every single thing. And for this particular parameter, we have a template for you, which will help you to make a proper flow of your presentation so that you can present properly on 10th April. Harish, you want to add something, or shall I go ahead with the template?
Hey, just 1 second. I would like to add something what you just said.
Sure, sir. Yeah.
So today, we are talking about STEM education here, right? But now STEM has been changed to STEAM and STREAM, STREAM. So I'm just reinforcing what you just said. R stand for read and write. They are extremely important. If you cannot present it, you cannot deliver it, then it's no use, right? And then A, what you said at the very beginning, can you play some music? Can you do this? Can you play guitar? A for arts. So you need to have actually a balance in life today. Just one thing is not good enough anymore, because you have a degree, you have studied science and engineering. So R and A, they have been added. And I'm a member of the Board of Education here in New Jersey, an elected member. And I joined that to emphasize STEM, but I'm always reminded that they would like to have full child growth. And in that case, the emphasis is STEAM. So read and write is as important as anything else. That's all I wanted to add. Harishji, sorry, I interrupted you. Please go ahead.
No problem, sir. Yeah. So Ramnik, quickly, like you almost covered, just to like bring my version of it. Yes, when it comes to presentation, we could have only, like as discussed with Ramnik and Nikhil on that day, we could have just 3 minutes, if I'm not wrong. So your 2.5 days of efforts boils down to 3 minutes of how you present. And in startup, we used to call something like called elevator pitch. While you meet a person elevator, imagine the elevator takes from ground floor and maybe third, fourth floor. Imagine that is the time you have to convince a person with your idea you have. That's all you have. So this is sort of an activity that actually gives you an opportunity to convey an idea that you have as a team as going through, and how you could present it in 3 minutes to the judges. And that is one thing. So, and come up with very creative ways of presentation. So you should make the judges think about it and react to it. I mean, there are certain things that stays with people based on your creative way of presentation. Then other is the user interface. Ramni covered it. It's more on important things in important places on the screens. So it's all about clarity and like how you could place it, because there are a lot of UI designers. I think a lot of people are now studying user interface designers, and you could see when you're using app, the people who are designing those screens. But great opportunity to start off with in terms of what could be there on which part of the screen. I think that's pretty much. And last, I mean, the core, the heart of it is the solution impact. And the way you're going to express it is through user interface and presentation. So I think that's how I put it. So if you are very confident about your solution, I think user interface and presentation will naturally come out of the flow. And I think your mentors will always be there to support and help you out in this journey. So that's it from my end. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, thank you so much, Naresh. You really put up in a very wonderful way what I illustrated in a very descriptive way. It's very necessary, as you mentioned, and industries are looking for it. How you can present your idea. If you can't sell your product, you can't actually get a profit out of it. So yeah, thank you so much for highlighting those.
Especially in the Hindi belt in India, we are suffering there. I mean, I come from UP, right? Western UP. Did not know even Hindi properly, did not know English. And it was a big challenge for me in early part of my life. And so extremely important, how do you write and read? And by the way, I just want to add here, because I have to leave for something else. When you write English, always make the sentences in active voice. Oftentimes in India, we use passive voice. Passive voice is outdated and very dull and use more words. So when I came from India, I used to, working in the government of India, had the habit of writing the passive voice. So whenever you write any document, make sure you are writing active voice, and your sentences are short, and you pay attention to definite articles and keep the subject and verb together. So the 4 points I mentioned, extremely important, and that will improve your writing, not putting much effort. Use active voice, keep the subject and verb together, pay attention to definite articles, and make sentences short.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for putting that. Yeah. So yeah, secondly, thank you so much, Harish, for putting that judging parameters which we are concentrating. So yeah, coming to the part of the presentation, how you gonna, like, you obviously you will develop a website from your own with the help of your team, with the help of your mentors, with the guidance of the mentors. But how you will present during the presentation round, which is on 10th April, okay? And how we will be judging you, what are the different topics what are the different content you need to put. So if you can see my screen, we have the first slide having the project title and team name. So we don't actually, if you can give a team name, so we can collect that from your mentor. We can shoot out a Google form once we are done with the WhatsApp group making, okay? And we can ask the team name from your team, okay? If you are belonging to team 1, so what is your team name? Team 1 is your ID, 1 is your ID, but your name, it can be anything. It can be anything related to innovation, entrepreneurship, anything. Free to think, okay? You have the freedom to think about it. So putting your project title, if you give a fancy name to your website, you can put there. You can put out your team names, and in the next slide, let me just think, yeah. In the next slide, you can put out all the mentor name or your mentor name and the team member's name, make a list, bulleted list, and you can also add the photos, class, and district and state you belong to and country, okay? Now the main part, what we are covering here. So please listen carefully what I am actually telling you here, and Harish will be putting up, and if any mentor want to put any remarks here on these points, please feel free to let us know. So you can also add some points. So let me finish up all the things very quickly. The first one is problem statement that we will give you, okay? Idea and abstract. So from what is your idea? What is your concept? Which new portal you are introducing? What is the name of your portal? What is the different advantage? What are the different kind of where you got the motivation of it, right? If I am saying I am developing a website for my school management, the first problem statement. So where you get the motivation? Have you faced any problem in your past? Have you faced this problem in your right now in your going on online classes? So put down that into a kind of 1 or 3 lines or 4 lines, okay, and put into a text area onto the second slide. The third slide, research survey, which is optional, but we will encourage you to actually work on this. You can divide your team properly into, like, if I say 4 members are there. So if one member is aware about designing, so he or she can control about designing part. Second is very well aware about designing the graphics or making the presentation, so he or she can control that part. And the third one is very much fond of surfing the internet. So you can give research survey to him or her, okay? And the last one, you can if he or she is giving some suggestion or he want to input, you can divide your team accordingly as per your discussion, as per the guidance from the mentor, okay? Mentor will help you to divide your work on your problem statement very properly. And as I mentioned again, don't worry, just ask the question if you are having any doubts with your mentor, okay? Mentor will be completely a permanent guide to you for this camp for the next 2 days. Research survey means what are the different applications already available on that problem statement. If I say, see, there's only one problem, okay? There's one problem statement. There are multiple solutions out of it. If I say I want to write something on paper, what are the different options? Pen, pencil, right? This kind of ink pen. There are a lot of solutions, right, for writing something on the paper. So there are a lot of solutions. One problem is there are a lot of solutions. So similarly, in this problem statement, we have a lot of solutions which are already implemented, but what you are covering a new point, what you are covering into a new innovation into that idea. So you have to cover and list down all the new already applicable applications. You can tell a little bit about them. Like if I say one website is available already, Google Classroom, let's take an example. Google Classroom is already available for school student management. So you can put heading, Google Classroom, colon, and you can mention 1 or 2 lines about it, what it is, from which company, okay? You can give a URL reference of it. That's all about research survey. Methodology and the solution. Don't confuse yourself with the words if you are not able to understand methodology word. Methodology means the solution only, okay? Solution means your website screenshot, what website you have developed, what extra innovation you have put. Just take the screenshot of it and just put it, okay? And if possible, because there won't be much time during the presentation round, we have 30 teams to cover. So if you have the demo video ready, mentors can guide you how to make a demo video for your website in a running stage. So you can paste that video in the PPT itself, okay? The next point, advantages and disadvantages. Now you have your solution, right, which is very unique. But every single model, every single technology has the disadvantage of it. Can anyone tell me which generation of internet we are using? Only to the student. I'm asking this question to the students. Which generation of internet we are using these days? Can anyone tell me in the chat window? Hope you are well aware with your internet services. 4G, Satyendra. Anyone else? Okay, 4G, 5G, okay. Oh, Hemal, you are using 5G, oh, that's wonderful. That's kind of like, I need to peek in you. Like, I need to see where you got that 5G bandwidth. Okay, Meghna, 4G. Okay, yeah, correctly said. So we are using the technology 4G. Okay, so we are using 4G. So every single technology, now you see 5G is also coming, right? You all are aware about the news headlines. 5G is coming, 5G is coming. All people are shouting in the world. What is it is? We have some of the limitation in 4G. That's why we are coming up with 5G. In the same way, the website you are developing, you are innovating, it will have advantages as well as the disadvantages. So you have to list down in a bullet point, okay, into this particular slide, advantages and disadvantages. Then it comes to the future scope. Now, future scope means what are the advancement you can put? What are the different technologies you are only aware about? You don't know about the hands-on, or you don't know about the technical things, but you are aware about machine learning. You are aware about artificial intelligence. So you are aware about MySQL database or anything, right? 11, 12 students may be aware about MySQL database and database management if you are having information practice or computer science subject in your syllabus. So if you are having such innovation ideas which you can extend into a project, put those into the future scope. It means in the coming future you will implement that. It can be implemented in your idea, okay? You just list down those. Last one is references. Now, it's very impossible to think like I am thinking of an idea sitting in Haryana, India, into a corner of one district, okay, city, and I'm thinking of an idea on this problem statement. Is it possible? Is it possible that any other person won't be thinking about it? Can anyone tell me? Is it impossible? Like no one would be thinking on the same idea I am thinking. Can anyone tell me in the chat window? Do you really think that the idea what I am thinking about one problem statement is not being thought by someone else in the world? Is it possible? Can I see in the chat window, yes or no? No, right. So if you are thinking of a solution sitting in a corner of a world, it's impossible that any other person on the planet is also not working on the same idea. Obviously, they will be working. Like there are a lot of millions, trillion people on the planet. So you need to explore those solutions which I mentioned in research survey. Mention all the links. Or like if you are working on some new innovation, you are learning about machine learning and thinking to implement. If you get the time for it before 10th April, you can mention the documentation where you learned about it. Okay, and what are the different solutions which are already available? You can put down references or the URL of those in the references section. So let me take it overview of all the slides. You can have a look. So this is problem statement. You can explain your problem statement. This is like what we will give you, but you explain it properly. Okay, what is the problem which is being faced? Are you experiencing from your personal experience? Okay, what are the problems you are facing according to that problem statement which we have given? Idea abstract, put your description here. Research survey, you can put it here. This we are mentioning optional only because of the students if they are not able to find it. Okay, if you are not able to work or if you are not having much time after developing your website, do this work in parallel of your development of the website or after the website. It depends upon your teamwork and guidance from the mentors. Methodology, you can put out your screenshots here. Okay, if you want to add slides, you can add more, copy paste the slides in the PowerPoint. Demo video, you can add your link of the YouTube video where you have uploaded your video, or you can directly put your video here. Advantages, disadvantages, make a table and put the bulleted point. Future scope, references. So yeah, that's all about the template of the presentation, which we're gonna share with all of you, with the mentors actually, and mentors will helping you to get all the data. So that's all from our side now. Harish, you want to add something on the template?
Not on the template, Ramiji. It's all clear, and template is will be a nice guide for the students to not think too much on how to put up. I think you made the process simpler by giving the template, but I also feel they'll also come up with some sort of a creative stuff within the guide that you have put up. So just a couple of things. I mean, we have mentioned a broad problem statement, but imagine like if there is a possibility, I'm sorry if it's too much of an ask, but I believe it would be great if you could connect with stakeholders of the problem. For example, imagine when you select some COVID-19, it would be great if you could connect with doctors or patients, and just each of you, like there'll be 4 members in a team or 2 members team, each one of you could speak with one of the doctor and really understand what is the pain point they are facing. Because right now we need to understand the gap. Yes, Google Classroom is available, but there is also a problem with that. As Ramnik said, yes, there is a problem with 4G and we're moving to 5G. So there should be definitely a gap in the current system, either it's COVID or education or any problem you take. But what is that gap is something maybe we don't feel it, but rather the people or the stakeholder of the problem is currently going through the pain. If you could catch hold of them and through your networks of mentors, and I think if you could interact with them, I think you reduce the time as well as you grasp the problem very quickly, and you could straight over go to that. You could also develop solution for that person alone, for that particular person. I mean, imagine there is a doctor called A, and imagine there are so many doctors like him who's facing a similar problem. So you're also solving the entire stakeholders problem. So just a suggestion, check with the reality and see possible if you could interact with stakeholders who are facing that pain. It would be superb learning experience. So see if that could be possible in a very short time. I could understand the short time here, but also that's also a nice challenge to stay out of your comfort zone and try something new in this just 2.5 days. I think it's going to be like a super awesome week, and I feel you will not forget this the next 2.5 days. So yeah, that's it from my end. Yeah, all the best, and yeah, looking forward to the solutions.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Harish, that pointing out that point, because that's what I always do since my college days. If I am having any idea, I just go to that stakeholder. You will see there was one third-year project I did on Aadhaar farming. That is my research paper title. You can find on my LinkedIn profile, everyone, if you want to check it on. So Aadhaar farming was the concept. In December 2018, I was facing one news headline on the top of the news headline, every single news channel of India, that farmers are suiciding, right? Farmers are having the financial problem. They are not able to repay the loan, what they have bought for the crops and other pesticides and fertilizers. So I was focusing on this problem statement a lot for months. And when I got into third year, I got to know about cloud computing concept. I got to know about machine learning concept. So I thought, why not I should use image processing, machine learning. And before getting hands-on onto that project, let me just talk to one of the farmers nearby, near to my village, who is connected to my family, who is connected to my grandfather or grandmother or my aunt or uncle. So that, because they are more socialized with these stakeholders, right? They are more touched because we are getting food, we are getting wheat in our home. The main direct connection is with the grandfather, right? My grandfather is connected to the farmers. So I will talk to my grandfather to connect with the farmers. So I got connected with one of the farmers, and I got the insight, sir, I am bringing up this idea. What do you think? Like, will that solve your problem? I got to know what are the different more problems you are facing. So you all won't believe on that particular day and that on phone call when I talked with that particular farmer in my village near my city, he mentioned around 10 to 20 problems out of that one problem statement. Right? If you network with the people, if you talk with that particular person who are facing that problem, you will get to know a lot of challenges. Now you are a student, right? You are a school student. You have plenty of problems for this first problem statement. How we can develop a website for teachers, schools management, teachers and student management. You have a lot of challenges. Oh, I can't see the important notice. I can't actually get the meeting link on the time. Ma'am is not available on the internet. She is not picking up the phone. He is not picking up the phone. So these are the different challenges you are facing, right? There's an internet problem, how we can solve it, and all blah, blah, blah. So that's what Harish is pointing out. Communicate with the stakeholders. Communicate with the persons who are facing that problem statement first, so that you can get to know about real-time problems they are facing. And this will be a positive edge, positive point onto your project, that you are actually covering those points which are right now concerned from the public itself, from the society itself. That's what our project-based learning approach says. Okay, so can I have a shout out from some of the mentors here? Do we have any mentor here on the call? Do we have any mentor here on the call? Can anyone? Shelly ma'am, are you there? I guess the audio problem is there. Anyone else who is there who can like let me know if someone some mentor is there? Maureen, are you there? Yeah, I guess there's some problem in every session when members join from phone, they are not able to unmute themselves. No problem. So yeah, students, over to you now. Please come on the camera, and we have like 22 minutes, 23 minutes left for the Shelly ma'am. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Ramnik. I think there is some audio. Actually, I'm somewhere else.
Okay.
Ramik, I'm not able to hear you.
Yeah, same here. Ramnik, you are not audible. Ramnik, you are not audible.
Yeah.
Harish sir, can you please continue? I think he is facing some issues. So by the time he resolves.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, yes, Ramik, it's like, can you come again? It's breaking a bit.
Oh, am I audible now perfectly?
Yeah, now it's clear. Yeah.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think so. Why it happened? But yeah. Okay.
So
Aryan
Ramik,
is
can we
saying, sir,
quickly go with questions that students or mentors will be having? I mean, can we take the questions now?
Yeah. Go ahead, please. Please go ahead.
Sure. So I think students. I think we have came up with a lot of stuffs. I mean, it's almost like 1.5 hours, but now it's time for you to like see if you have any queries. You can unmute yourself, or you can use the chat to really ask any questions, because this will form the fundamental or the base for the next 2.5 days. So you could go ahead and use the time now to ask any questions that you have.
Hello.
Yes.
So can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, sir, I'm Ria. I wanted to ask how will we connect with the mentors? Will there be any separate WhatsApp groups formed, or is there something else?
Cool, Ria. I think we'll answer that. Because even I had a question, Ramnik, whether the groups will be formed for teams or for mentors, because for each mentor there are multiple teams. Is it group for each team or for a mentor?
Maybe I can answer. Okay, yeah. Ramnik, you're audible now. I thought you're not audible. Yeah, you're audible now. Go ahead. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, Ria, for putting up that. As I mentioned, like we will be forming the WhatsApp group depending upon the mentor. Like if I say Shelly ma'am is aligned to 3 teams, so we will be having only one group with the 3 teams. Okay. And every single team will be having a different problem statement. Okay, don't worry about it. So you will be interacting with Shelly ma'am or with your own mentor in that particular group.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
students, if you have any other questions, please feel free to ask. We want your clarification first, rather than we spoke for a 1.5 hour, but now we want to hear from you. What are the queries you are facing, or if you have anything to clarify? These groups already being created? No, not yet, ma'am, not yet. We will create. We were waiting for today's discussion. I told yesterday that yeah, we will be making by yesterday only, but we thought I discussed with the team, and we thought that let's make it after today's call, because once they are aware about the situation, then we will go ahead.
Ramnik, there is one question in the chat from Akshat.
Yeah, just to reiterate, is the website we build the solution itself, or does it give information about the solution? Also, how we can prepare solution with only Mobilize, as it is only front end. Very wonderful put, Akshit, and I would like to highlight here. See, we only gave you the learning and hands-on experience on how to develop a website. Static information, not much backend or database inclusion. It depends upon your new learning curve. If you want to put it, you can explore the tool yourself. Okay, we just gave the insights on a general view. This is the tool, this is the front end you can develop. But if you have some new innovation, and if you know about that, okay, and if you have the time, you can explore it more with your mentor support, and you can go ahead and put it into your solution. And we build the solution itself, or does it give? No, you will have to build the solution itself. Not it will give you, because the information about the solution will be given into the presentation, which I shown you. But the website itself is the solution of that problem statement. I hope, Akshit, I am clear. Perfect. Yeah. So when the team details information will be sent. So yeah, by after this session, once our team members are done with their dinner time, because in India it's evening, and we will have a meeting, and we will shortlist, and we will just like share all the details with the mentors and mentee. Okay, with all of you. So we will share, no worries. Are we having a session tomorrow in the WebEx? No, Valdu. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you so much for putting up that question. Tomorrow is 8th April, and 9th April we will be having the session for GitHub from Salish, how you can host your this developed website for free on internet. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, so we won't be having any session tomorrow. From tomorrow morning till 10th evening, when we will having the presentation round, okay, or till 9th evening, you will have the time limit of 2 days. In 2 days, you have to develop your solution on your own. If you want a meeting, you can ask your mentor in the WhatsApp group. Our volunteer will be there in each and every group, and we can create a meeting for your internal discussion, so that your mentor can get introduced with each other, and you can introduce with yourself, right? Your different members with different members. So this is how it's going to happen. Tomorrow is there no session, please. Tomorrow is there no WebEx or session. From tomorrow, it's all your own. It's all your freedom, right to freedom to do your innovation on the project itself. Sir, when the WhatsApp, yeah, after today's session, we will create the WhatsApp group. Don't worry about it. Do all team members have to make a separate website, or here can we work? Oh, that's really wonderful questions we are getting, Harish. I guess these are the questions we missed out in the presentation. Thank you so much, Hemal, for putting that. No, you don't need to, like, if there are 4 members in a team, you don't need to develop a separate 4 website. You have to develop only one website, because team means you have to provide a solution of a problem with a teamwork. So you have to develop a one website for one team for one problem statement. Okay.
Ramnik, just to add on to it, in Mobilize, is there a possibility like Canva to collaborate on one site, multiple people? Is there a way to do it? I mean, multiple people working on one site?
I haven't explored that option, but how we can go, they can share the screen, or they can establish a meeting together whenever they are like after the discussion or after brainstorming. They can come on a meeting, and one person can take the lead to design, and other people can actually discuss and suggest accordingly what to put and what to not to put.
Okay. Hope it has a login credentials. I think if it's the same login credentials shared by all, I think they could see that site is what I believe, but I think we could explore that.
Yeah. That's wonderfully put. I guess, yeah, that can be done. So I guess mentors, please take care of this. If one mobilize, like out of 4 members of your team, 1 member is working on the website, what they can do, they can like you can create your own new email ID and you can sign up on Mobilize, and that email ID you can spread out in your own team. So every single member can log in through that email ID and password in the Mobilize, and then you can go ahead if you want to collaborate together. And yeah, that's all, Harish. I guess that works, right?
There is no any code, right? I mean, like Hemal again asked this, is there any code for it?
No, not at all, Hemal. As I mentioned, no coding will be involved in this project development. If you know any type of coding, please go ahead and discuss with your mentor. And if there's any requirement of it, please go ahead. And on 9th April, Salish will be helping you out to get your code out of your Mobilize. Okay, fine. And today in the mail, when I will send you all the details, I will mention you the documentation of Mobilize as well, so that you can explore that tool on your own. Okay, you if you want to explore a lot of features which you can use and make your website more creative, so you can go ahead to explore that documentation as well. Okay, Kashish, we can share a screen on Zoom. Kashish, it depends upon the mentor where he or she want the discussion. If you, because mentor involvement is very much necessary here. In every single meeting, if you're discussing about your idea with your team members, please communicate with mentor. If mentor is available, please ask her or him to involve themselves. If they are busy or if they are busy in their job and profession, please go ahead and make your own link. And we will, as I mentioned, we have a volunteer in each and every group. So that volunteer can also help you to conduct a meeting. Okay, they can help you to share you a link of Google Meet rather than Zoom or WebEx. So Google Meet is more flexible for everyone because it doesn't consume much bandwidth. Okay, and yeah, that is no software you need to download it for, such as like Zoom we need to download or WebEx we need to download. Google Meet is purely on browser. So our volunteer will be helping you out and mentor will be helping you out for that particular thing. Okay, Kashish? Yeah. Okay. Any other? Yeah, Harish.
Yeah, Ramit, just one more thing with respect to students. Is there a freedom from the team to choose the problem statement? I know as a mentor, if it's 2 or 3 teams, it should be different problem statements. So do they have the freedom to choose, or like how it will work? I mean, in terms of selecting that one problem statement.
So as of now, like I think like if we allocate the problem statement directly to the team, it will save our time and it will save mentors time as well, because mentors are aware about it. And if we predefine, like if we give them the freedom to choose the problem statement, so it will be very hard for the mentor, because if one mentor is allocated to 3 teams and if they choose the same problem statement, that will be a problem to all of them, right, in the same WhatsApp group.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Ma'am is saying, Ramnik, are you mentioning the name of volunteer with each mentor? Yes, ma'am. Today only we allocate each and every volunteer from our team to each mentor. So we will be adding the volunteer as well. So I need to give a tips here, how you're going to start the discussion in your WhatsApp group to make it more interactive. Okay, just keep these tips in your mind and start with these tips, and you will feel the change and you will feel comfortable. The first thing, the very first thing, once you get the notification that you are added in your team group with your mentor and the volunteer, go ahead, introduce yourself. First of all, okay, just say, I am a team member of team number this. Okay, I belong to this class, I belong to this school, I belong to this state, country. I know about these skills in web development. I have attended this session. It depends upon you, how you express that. Okay, and same goes with mentors and volunteers. Please introduce yourself before discussing anything about the problem statement or the idea. Please go ahead and introduce yourself very properly so that students should feel very comfortably. Okay. And there's one more point I would like to highlight. There are a lot of students who were not attending our sessions previously, and they haven't attended the web development session as well. So they are very much like they are in the WhatsApp group, they are sitting idle, they are not actively participating in the session. So what we're gonna do for them? So mentors, please take care of this part. Once we send you the details today, we will roll out one mentor form for you for getting the information who all are students who are active to contribute. If there are no student available, like today we will create these groups. By tomorrow morning, till tomorrow morning, you can see if they are available, if they are responding, that's okay. Rest, you can skip it out. If you have a worse condition, like all the 4 members are not available, just let us know. Okay, then we can rotate your team to with any other available team. So we need your full support and guidance, mentors, into this camp, because it's very necessary for us to spread out the message and the implementation of project-based learning into these young minds. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any other type of questions? Can I know everyone is clear on this? Yeah, Harish. Bhojana ma'am, yeah. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. This is Bojana Pashik Duncan from Kansas in the United States. I was inspired tremendously by your camp, and I teach 2 courses, advanced courses in mathematical statistics, and I love that idea from academic-based learning to project-based learning. I just love that idea. So, but students in math classes, they don't do that. They learn, so they have questions. So 2 questions to you, because it's related to your project, to your camp. If they have, and also question to mentors, if they have that team, how you can encourage or guarantee that all team members sort of equally contribute to the project. This is very important. This is exactly the same question is in joint interdisciplinary research when there are multiple authors of the paper, how we judge, how we evaluate, how we assess individual contributions. This is first question. And second question, my students raise, and they want to have upper bound for submission of project-based, so in other words, it cannot be that one team will submit 5 those templates that you show, 5 or another will submit 20. How you do that? Do you have any restrictions in submission on the number of slides or pages, whatever you require? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bhojana ma'am. It's actually a very necessary question, and we discussed with mentors already on the call in the mentors meetup. How are we gonna be sure?
If you discuss, I apologize. Sorry.
Oh,
so
no.
no.
I'm just rephrasing. No, it's don't apologize, ma'am, please. It's okay. It's perfect time for me to rephrase those statements here so that mentors, students are clear about it. So the first question you mentioned, like how we are sure that all will be collaborating equally, because many times only one person in the team is working very hard, and other 3 people are there only for the sake of the name. And all goes like in the patent and research paper, the same thing. So we have a parameter here with the mentors as well. We have the judges parameter. So we have 2 parameters which mentors will be looking over. That is learning and collaboration. So it will be added to the final evaluation of their projects. How the learning, how they are actually learning something new. Is their team, mentors team, have involved something new learning during the phase of the development of the project? That's one parameter. The second, what you mentioned, how they're going to collaborate. So are they working on a team? Are they dividing their work properly? So mentors will be ensuring that yeah, every single member should be working on some particular task related to that project. I hope that answers your first question, ma'am.
Sure, it answers. I always add to that part, I add that team is formed based on skills. So each person, for example, each member of the team, I always build on the strength of that particular member. For example, better in technology, better in discussing or debate or interpretation and all kinds of things. So this is my approach. This is exactly like in research. You know, each member of each cohort has different strengths in different parts of the project. So you answer my question. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Over to your second question, what you mentioned. Will they be submitting like different templates if they belong to same team? The answer to it, it's no, because what we are focusing, one problem statement, one solution out of one team and working collaboratively. So we need to have only one PPT template, which I shared, but in that as well, mentors and team will be discussing if they are not able to find the optional slides, but other slides are actually compulsory to evaluate it very perfectly. We have mentioned in the heading optional. So if they don't find some relative content onto it, they can skip that, they can delete that content. If they want to put something extra with respect to the points what we mentioned in the table of content, they are free to do, because we want innovation from them. We want creativity from them.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's all from our side today. So students, is there any other last questions for you to put here? The second interaction today will be directly with your mentors. All the details we will be working together. By tomorrow morning, please go ahead and start the discussion in the groups. Okay? And don't wait for some, I would say, there are a lot of situations when team members are not there, right? As Bhojana ma'am correctly said, one person is working hard and the other person are not working, right? So I would say motivate each others. Okay, if I am saying I am class 8 student, you are from class 12, and class 12 student is kind of busy with the board examination or the examination, and he or she is not able to contribute, that's okay. That's a very valid answer, because education is more important than the extracurricular activity you are doing in your life. But you have to decide accordingly. You have to pre-allot, you have to you can say, tell your mentor that, yeah, my examination are going on, I will be available into these 2 days on to this time to this time, I will be contributing at this time to this time. Please don't do in this way that, yeah, you are already added in the group and then you are not speaking. Okay, and mentors, please take care about this part, because we need your support and guidance on each and every step to step guidance to these young minds into these 2 days. And we're strongly looking forward how you can help us out and how you can actually share your contribution to this social cause what we are up to of project-based learning. So if there's any last question from anyone, may I know, like, everyone clear about all the things what we discussed today from students? Can you place yes no in the chat window? Ria, you are clear? Okay, perfect. Perfect, Emil. Maureen, okay, perfect. Sean Benedict, okay, yes sir. Clear. Aryan, Stuti done. Akshit done. Sitvendra done. Arnav sir, okay, done. Perfect. Smrita done. Aryan Patel, okay, perfect. Perfect. So wonderful. It's very kind of inspirational for all of us. Like you were listening so carefully to us and our guidelines, what we were telling you, and we are looking forward to lot of innovative solutions from all of you onto the allocated problem statement. Please don't wait. This is your time to do the hands-on now on your own. This is your time. This is your time. What you learned from the 3 days before, just to implement directly. Okay. Yeah, for sure. I will share you all the details by today. I will share to the mentors. I will share to the mentees. We will keep you in the mail as well, so that you can consider and get the whole data. Perfect. So for the attendance link, once someone asked me in the group, let me just share the attendance link so that you all can mark your attendance and mark your feedback of today's session, and what is your expectation from ahead days, because tomorrow is off for PBL camp, but not off for you, because you have your hands-on session tomorrow. Talk with your mentors and network with your team members, and go ahead, implement the innovation. Let me just take out the link and share with you all. Harish, please go ahead if you want to add something.
Not really. Like I think it's all like we have answered the question. So it's nice that they are asking it. I mean, because it would have left unanswered if they would not have asked it. But it's a nice thing that they are implementing what Naresh sir is doing. So they're asking questions, but it's like a good thing. So all the best for the next 2 days. Yeah.
Hey,
Perfect.
Ramni, can I make one little comment?
Sure, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you how amazing this is. I just wanted to share a quick note about when I started my career. I came just like exactly like Naresh ji said, that question makes you look stupid. That's how I went to college. So you kind of hold back because everybody's looking at you. What do you mean? You don't even know this thing, right? That you will get that look in your classroom. So you always held off. That's how I grew up. And then I held back asking questions in my company it went on for almost 2 years before something really blew up in my job. That finally was like a big bang hit by a hammer in my head and said, you better wake up. And so I made a transition to learn, even in a big meeting, even when it's something very trivial, you raise your hand and say, I know you explained all this so well for the last 10 minutes, but guess what? I didn't get it. Can you please explain it again? It took me, and then I became like that kind of person. So I wanted to tell you, to all the students, that all this that you are providing them today, it's going to shave off 2 years of struggle for them. They are going to land, when they graduate and they go through school and they land in a job, they're going to be so good on day one, performing at the highest level on their jobs. So I really wanted to make this point today because I wanted them to really take this seriously in this job, in this work that they're going to do tomorrow, and make the very most. They are so lucky to have something like this. I could only dream that I wish had programs like this when I went to high school. So I wanted to encourage them not to spare even a second or not to spare a single question. So good luck to everybody tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chitra ma'am. I guess that's all the experiencing, and that's all your experience counts, right? That's all we can learn from, and that's all these young minds can learn from all of us. And students, see, these are the challenges what we faced. If we got this kind of camp during our school days, we won't be facing any challenges in our job these days. Okay, so you have a golden chance in your hands. Don't miss it out. Just put your 100%. If you can't put it 100% due to some circumstances of your personal problem or examination, don't worry. Don't demotivate yourself. Don't depress yourself. Okay, don't be depressed, because opportunities are there to grab. If you can grab, it's a golden hatch for you. If you can't grab it, it's kind of another opportunity will be waiting for you through that opportunity only. Okay, so that's what Ramlata ma'am mentioned in the beginning. We won't be losing you after this camp. We will be taking your ideas to the next level and helping you to expand this more and more. And you really don't know, you can't even imagine what are the surprises you have in your hands in the coming days. In the closing ceremony, we will be disclosing all of the things, and you will be like, oh my goodness, if I could have designed my website very perfectly, I would have got those prizes and those surprises perfectly in my hands. And don't worry, we are not discriminating anyone between the winners and the participant. We will be giving every single surprise to everyone. Okay, don't think like, yeah, winner will be getting something more. No, not like that. We don't do that discrimination at all. We want to give all things to all of the people on the call who have registered and taken up the time to attend all this session. So yeah, thank you so much, Chitra ma'am, for highlighting that important point. And with that, I've shared the attendance link in the chat window. Students, mentors, and all of the parents can go ahead and fill up that form so that we can mark your attendance for today's call. And then now, please come on the camera. Let's have a smiley and memorable pic so that we can post about your enthusiasm in the social media. Hope you all are following us pages if you are on social media. All the leaders from across the globe are appreciating your hard work, are appreciating your participation, are appreciating your networking and your enthusiasm in the chat window. You can't even imagine what are the appreciation we are getting from those leaders on the high management for all of you. See, Chitra ma'am is one of the great leader for us. She has joined from United States for all of you, to see all of you, to share her experience, her personal experiences, challenges with you, so that you can learn what is missing and which will be missing in your future journey. We are making you pre-prepare for that, right? So take it seriously and take it in a very enjoy way. Don't take tensions, okay? So tension is kind of a, you can say, product of failure, okay? So if you have enjoyment, if you have a happy and smiley face, so you will be doing this project very openly with your mentor support. And we all are here to support. Again, I am saying that. Please don't wait, just ask. Anyone want to speak? Molly, you want to speak?
No.
Okay. Fine. So yeah, please come on the camera and let's make a W shape. Mitresh, can you take a screenshot from your end or shall I? I guess you have a net problem, so I will take it. No problem. Can we have all W shape? Yeah. 1, 2, and there we go. Thank you so much for everyone for joining us. It's a wonderful 4 days we have covered, 4 to 5 days, and we are strongly looking forward on 10th April. What are the final solution and prototype you will be building up? Okay. Yeah, there you go, Satyendra. I can see you. You are relaxing. Yeah, that's all the enjoyment we need to do, right? Just relax down. Don't take much tension. We all are your friends, okay? Don't just discomfort yourself. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone to join us. Harish, thank you so much for coordinating the call. You always being a support to us every time, all those initiatives. So yeah, have a nice day. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Sita ma'am. Thank you, Bhajana ma'am. Bye-bye.